Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today we are trying this guy that came in the mail from Decay. I am very curious about this. This is like a life-size foundation bottle box, which is really fun. So if you guys are curious to see what's inside and see a wear test, then just keep watching. Okay, so let's open this up. Inside, we get information on the new Face Bond Triple Power Foundation, which I will read in a second. Looks like it came out of its little slot. Here's the Face Bond. You get a sponge, some hair clips, and their iconic all-nighter, which I don't think I've ever actually owned one of these. So this is very exciting for me. They sent me the shade 7 Fair Neutral. I'm gonna see what it looks like. Looks just like the box. That is adorable. And you get 1 fluid ounce in here, even though it looks very, very tiny. It is a fluid ounce. Claims on this: up to 24-hour foundation, waterproof, medium buildable, can't feel coverage. There's a serum to improve skin texture feel, and it has setting powder in it for a self-setting natural matte finish. Interesting. Comes in 40 shades from deep to fair. It says there's 3 ways to apply it. If you want full coverage, they recommend using your fingers, which I don't like doing. Medium coverage, use your favorite foundation brush, or light coverage, use the sponge provided. I think I'm gonna try the brush and see if we can get medium coverage and see what kind of look we get with that. Because I feel like if I dampen this and add in moisture, I feel like it might affect the self-setting property. So I don't wanna do that today. I'm excited about this. For today's video, it'll live right there. Shake well, that's all it says, so we'll do that. Lately, I've been loving this brush from Real Techniques. This is the 099 brush. It's small and tapered and it works really, really well. But if that one's too small, then I also have this Say brush, which is good for applying like cream products. All right, so let's see. Pop top. That's the tip they were talking about. It's supposed to be like no waste, no mess. Okay. Kind of comes out like a pen. This might be a little dark for me right now and a little orange, but we'll see kind of what it does on the face. Yeah, that's definitely orange for me. I might need some white. All right, so I'm gonna start off with this one, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of white and that product and just make it a little bit lighter. And the birds are in full volume today. It's going to be a very nice day here in Pennsylvania. That looks really nice. So we have before, you can see the under eye circles, the kind of veinage around my nose, some acne scarring. And then on this side, it's kind of like smoothed out and just not perfected, but neutralized and evened out. And I am curious to see if it's going to set down or not. So I'll let you know once I do the other side. It does feel like it's starting to set down, but I'm still getting a little bit of transfer on my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and try putting on some cream blush and bronzer and concealer that I know also sets down on its own, so it won't add like tackiness to the face. And we'll come back and see if, when all is said and done, if it truly is self-setting. And I did add in a little bit of the Giorgio Armani Neo Nude True to Skin foundation in white as my like whitening product, which I'm hoping didn't affect the self-setting property. But I will try this another day or 2 or 3 and add in an update in case this did affect it. But we'll see what happens today with adding in that whitening product. Like I said, I feel like it does already feel like it is going to set down. So stay tuned. Okay, I went ahead and applied a little bit of the Say Cream Blush in Poppy, which does generally self-set, and the Say Super Glow Gel in Sun Glow as my bronzer, a little bit of the Tower 28 No. 4 concealer, and the Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax in shade 2.5. That's what's on the face, and a little bit of Hollering Glow Lip Mask on my lips, which is from Nails Inc, I believe. I think this is from Nails Inc. My face Does not feel set. It's still coming off on my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and try this again tomorrow with a different mix in that doesn't have glow, like the LA Girl just white foundation mixer, and see if it does it on its own when it isn't combined with a glow foundation product. That was my error. I shouldn't have done that for a first use, but I do really like the way this looks. I feel like I went in a little bit too heavy though, because I do feel like it's already settling into the lines in my forehead. So next time I actually might try using a dry sponge to apply, and then maybe I'll use a wet sponge the next day. I'm just gonna try a bunch of different things and see what works best for this, because I like the formula and I love the claims on it. Self-setting is fantastic. If I don't have to add an added layer that will mature my skin and make it look more dry, I am all about that. So here is what my face looks like with about a 10-minute wear time. I don't think I'll do a wear test today simply because I added in that glow and I'm not gonna get an accurate picture of how long this lasts as it's on its own without anything else. But it does look really, really nice. So far my initial impressions are that I like the finish. I like the way it smooths out my skin, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to test the self-setting property today, and that is totally my mistake. But initial impressions are favorable, so stay tuned for updates. Okay, so this is day 2 trying the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation, and today I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Shade Adjusting Drops because these don't have any like dewy properties to them. And again, bare skin, no moisturizer or SPF today. Just going to try this. And I'm going to apply less than I did yesterday. Okay, so before, redness, blue, scarring. After, nice and evened out. And it does already feel like it is setting down. So without that dewy product that I mixed in yesterday, it does feel like it is already like matte to the touch. And this is the finish. And I am using my front-facing camera instead of my rear-facing, so my apologies. So it looks pretty good. So I'll let you know how long it stays matte and if it honestly does stay self-set all day. It's been about 20 minutes and my face is set, which is nice. So no extra powder needed. So that is fantastic. I took a break from using this foundation for a few days because I thought it was breaking me out. But turns out it was the whitening product from Physicians Formula. I guess it was a little bit on the old side and was breaking me out. So I'm giving my skin a break, but I will be back to try the face bond again in another couple days. So stay tuned. Okay guys, today we're gonna do the wear test with the Face Bond product and a brand new white pigment mix-in product so that I know that it's not old. I previously tried Manic Panic, which I've had for a little while, and the Physicians Formula Shade Adjusting Drops, which I've also had for a little while. This is brand new, so hopefully mixing them together will not cause any breakouts. And then I will truly know if this was the product causing the breakouts or the old whitening product. So let's try it. Right here, ignore that one. It all came out as a liquidy mess before I shook it. Okay, it's already drying down, so you kind of have to work quickly. When you don't mix this with a dewy product, it does set down fairly quickly, dry down fairly quickly. I mean, I can still move it around, as you can see, but it was leaving like streaks as it was drying before I was able to spread it out. So this is what it was supposed to feel like the other day, completely dry, not tacky at all. So when you use the right color mixing product, it should not affect the formula of the original product. So this seems to be a good combination. I feel like I will get real results. And it is pretty much the shade of my neck, which does look really pale, but that's what bronzer's for. So initial impressions, it is completely set. like a powder-like finish, which is really nice. And it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, so stay tuned to see how it wears throughout the day. So I just went ahead and applied a little bit of Cali Ray blush and the Winky Lux Rose Bronzer and a little bit of the Ofra Miami bronzer, powder bronzer from the palette, and then the Dose of Colors like Chocolate Cherry palette on the eyes, and then Benefit Fan Fest mascara, which is really impressive. I forgot how good this is. Now, one thing to note that I did powder on my under eyes only, but the rest of my face is just this product, and it does look a little dry, like almost powdery, which I'm wondering if a setting spray could kind of bring back to life. They did send it with their all-nighter, so I'm going to try it with the all-nighter. I know I did apply my mascara already, which I generally don't do before setting spray, but I will do my best to block my eyes and spray it around the rest of my face. Okay, let's see. We'll see if that takes down some of the powderiness. I definitely added some of the glow back. So I feel like if you have extremely oily skin, you will probably really like this because it does dry down and doesn't need any powder to set, which is fantastic. But if you have drier skin, it might make it look even drier and more powdery than you want. So for me, I'm combination, which like this would be fantastic in the T-zone. And then around the rest of the face, I could just go really lightly and use this to bring some of the dew back. So right now, I think this looks really good with these two together. So I'll keep you posted. Around 12:30. Okay, so it's about 6 o'clock at night. The foundation's been on for about 8 hours and it's not really greasy. Everything is pretty much still pretty well set, no transfer. But you can see that it broke up along my nose here, kind of gone on my nose, which is kind of typical on like these chilly indoor days where it's warm outside and chilly inside and my nose is like running all day and I'm going like this. So that's kind of pretty much expected, but it is a little bit dry in areas that have like lines, but it did stay mostly matte and set all day long, which is impressive. So I'm going to continue using this. So my initial thoughts is this is a thumbs up if you're combination to oily. You may not like it if you're dry. But those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. And just to give you an after the fact update, it did end up causing small under the skin pimples, especially around my mouth, my nose area, and my forehead. So it's the product, not the whitening.